Can I figure out why the Soviets never built their own supersonic spy plane like the Blackbird? The SR-71 Blackbird is one of the most iconic aircraft ever built, a true marvel of engineering that still fascinates aviation enthusiasts today. Its incredible speed, altitude capabilities, and stealthy design made it a game-changer in the world of espionage. But have you ever wondered, why didn't the Soviets build their own supersonic equivalent? What stopped them from creating a spy plane that could match the Blackbird's prowess? Building an aircraft like the Blackbird was no easy feat. The extreme conditions of supersonic flight at high altitudes demanded materials that could withstand temperatures above 600 degrees Fahrenheit. The Blackbird's airframe was made of titanium, a metal that was both incredibly strong and lightweight, but also extremely difficult to work with. And then there was the propulsion system, a complex setup of powerful jet engines and fuel-efficient intakes that could deliver the necessary thrust without overheating. Not to mention the reconnaissance equipment, which had to be sophisticated enough to gather high-resolution images and signals intelligence from hundreds of miles away. The challenges didn't stop there. The Blackbird's designers had to solve some serious aerodynamic problems, like reducing drag and preventing the aircraft from generating too much heat. They also had to develop specialized tires that could handle the stress of landing at high speeds, and create a unique radar-absorbent skin that would minimize the aircraft's visibility on enemy radar. It's a testament to the ingenuity of American engineers that they were able to overcome these hurdles and build an aircraft that could fly at speeds over Mach 3. The Blackbird's operational requirements were just as daunting. It had to be able to fly long distances without refueling, and its crew had to be able to withstand the intense physical forces generated during supersonic flight. The aircraft systems had to be highly reliable, with multiple redundancies built in to ensure that it could complete its missions even if some systems failed. And let's not forget the sheer cost of building and maintaining such a complex aircraft. The Blackbird was one of the most expensive planes ever built, with a price tag that was only justified by its critical role in the Cold War. The Soviets did try to develop their own high-speed aircraft that could compete with the Blackbird. One of their most notable attempts was the MiG-25, a massive fighter jet that could reach speeds over Mach 3. But despite its impressive performance, the MiG-25 had some significant limitations. It was a huge aircraft, with a wingspan of over 40 feet, and its engines guzzled fuel like there was no tomorrow. The MiG-25 also lacked the sophisticated reconnaissance equipment and stealthy design of the Blackbird, making it much less effective for spy missions. Another Soviet project, the T-4, was more promising. This sleek, delta-winged aircraft was designed specifically for reconnaissance and strike missions, and it had some impressive performance characteristics. But the T-4 program was ultimately cancelled due to a combination of technical and funding issues. The Soviets also experimented with other high-speed aircraft, like the Su-47 and the MiG-1.44, but none of these projects ever reached the same level of sophistication as the Blackbird. The T-4, in particular, showed a lot of promise. Its design was more aerodynamically efficient than the MiG-25, and it had a more advanced avionics system. But the project was plagued by delays and technical issues, and it ultimately fell victim to the Soviet Union's economic woes. The country's economy was under strain, and the government had to prioritize its spending. Despite their best efforts, the Soviets ultimately failed to produce a direct Blackbird competitor. Economic constraints played a big role in this, as did strategic priorities. The Soviets had to focus on other areas, like ICBMs and bomber aircraft. But there were also specific technological hurdles that the Soviets couldn't overcome, like developing materials that could withstand the extreme conditions of supersonic flight. The Soviet Union's lack of a supersonic spy plane like the Blackbird was a significant disadvantage in the Cold War. The Blackbird's capabilities gave the United States a unique edge in terms of gathering intelligence and conducting reconnaissance. So, what were the key factors that prevented the Soviets from building their own supersonic Blackbird? It was a combination of economic constraints, strategic priorities, and technological hurdles. The SR-71 was a truly unique achievement, one that showcased the ingenuity and determination of American engineers. What do you think, though? Can you think of any other reasons why the Soviets never built their own supersonic spy plane? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're interested in more fascinating aerospace history, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell.